So welcome back to segment 5, the final in this series for the John Force hauler model build. Really appreciate you sticking with me. This has been a lot of fun in memory of my friend. We've got all the parts for the trailer completed finally, laid out here on the bench. I want to show you some detail on some of them before we actually get to putting them together, especially the pieces off to the left, which were the parts that had the tire indentations from the heat. We've filled them up, primed and painted several times, and they actually came out a lot better than I expected. So we're going to get this thing put together. We're going to decal it up, shoot it with some clear, and it'll be ready to go, put in the case so that we can view it with the rest of the John Force memorabilia that we've got. So before we get to put this together, I want to just show you real quick these couple pieces that we had to work so hard on. The inner divider between the workshop area and the living quarters, and then also our drop gate. These are the two pieces that had the tire markings in it from the heat. We filled them, primed them, painted them. Can't even tell that anything was wrong with them. They came out really, really nice. Really happy with that, as well as, like I said, the drop gate for the back of the trailer. Both were kind of bad. I was wondering how they were really going to turn out. Over here, kitchenette for the living quarters area. We finished that up with all the detail, basically the refrigerator, the microwave, all the handles, all the detail there. We were supposed to marbleize this piece, especially on the top where you could see it would be marbleized. The process to do this, I borrowed from a friend, as I mentioned earlier. Unfortunately, it did not work for this application. I was not able to get it to take on that marbleized effect. So in essence, we scrapped that idea and basically just went with the solid colors all around. So still finished up really nice. I'm real happy with that. Of course, we talked about the marbling of the floor that we did in the last segment, as well as the rest of the pieces that are painted and ready to go. So with that, let's clear out the bench. Let's look at what's got to be done and put this thing together. So let's take one last look at what we need to do here. We've got the kitchen area, living quarters area here with the kitchenette. The sectional goes in here. We're going to put the floor together. We've got the divider that we're going to put in that we repaired. And then also in the workshop side, you can see the panels that have to go in back here after we slip down the cabinets. And then we've also got the drop gate that we talked about that we also repaired. So let's get these things put together. We'll decal it up, and we'll be on our way to a finished hauler. So we started to put the trailer parts together. We've got the door separator that we had to fix. That came out really nice. We got that and the trailer jacks or legs put together. They pop right in here to the bottom of that, along with the air tank that you saw earlier that was on there. Now this is going to go down inside the trailer, of course. Before we do that, we got to pop on this little piece of flooring that's separate that we showed you before. That's going to go on there just like that. And we're going to slide this down into the trailer. I'll get that up here so you can see it. So we've got a section down in here and a section up in here where it's going to slide down in, and we're going to snap it down into those 3 receiving holes down in the bottom there. Get it down in here and get it lined up. And the floor comes out at that point. Just snap that back in. There we go. Take it on down in. Surely not the... There. You can see how that's going to be separated. That's going to be on the shop side there. And we'll take a look down in here. All we got to do now is Get the floor down in here. Make sure our legs comes through. It's going to take some working a little bit to get this in there. Okay, we finally got it in. Had to do a little stretching, a little tapping on the trailer, but all in all, we got everything in there just the way it's supposed to. Make sure everything is down. You got the legs coming out from underneath with the air tank up in there. We've chosen to use the shorter legs because the trailer is actually going to be hooked to the tractor. So we do have an extra set of the long legs, which we probably won't use. But alright, let's go ahead, get the trailer plate on, get some of the other cabinets in, and we'll work on getting stuff put in here to the living quarters. We've got the living quarters all put together. Let me see if I can mimic the pictures that we had shown you on the box. Here's this side with the kitchen area. Got the fire extinguisher in there. Turned out really nice. Our dividing door. And then we'll spin it around on this side. Try to show you the same. There's the sectional that we painted. The two-tone tan. Went in really nice. That area definitely turned out nice. Looks good. We're going to move on to the workshop area now and get some of those parts put together. The steps in that go up into the living quarters from the workshop area. We put these 3 support panels in. That's going to help support the modular section, which we're going to set in now, and that's going to turn this part of the trailer into the workshop. It's going to connect in up here as well as back here. Once we get that in, we've got a couple other supports to put in back here, get the drop gate on, and we'll be ready to decal up the trailer.